College for this afternoon's KCAC matchup featuring the visiting Oklahoma Wesleyan University Eagles and your Tabor College Blue Jays. At this time, I invite Nate Howard to give the opening prayer.
Please bow your heads and pray with me.
Dear Lord, thank you for this evening. Thank you for the beautiful weather and the opportunity to play and watch this beautiful game. Father, I ask for your continued comfort and healing over Oklahoma Wesleyan, and I also ask for your protection over tonight's match for all players, coaches, fans, and officials, and please grant Oklahoma Wesleyan, the officials, and all fans safe travels home. In your name we pray. Amen. At this time, I ask that you please remain standing for the pledge of the Star-Spangled Banner.
It's out there. There it is.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Joel H. Ween Stadium right here on the campus of Tabor College in beautiful Hillsboro, Kansas. My name is Nate Howard, and I am joined tonight by Albin Gonzalez.
Hello, everyone.
And Albin, we had a fantastic first match featuring the women's squads of Tabor and Oklahoma Wesleyan. And tonight we should have a thriller.
Yes, that's right. We just watched the women's game, and now we have the men's game. It's going to be a really interesting game. The Oklahoma Wesleyan Eagles versus the Tabor College Blue Jays.
Listen to our PA announcer, Bree Grimsley, with the starting lineups. So looking at things coming into tonight's match, Oklahoma Wesleyan coming in with a 6-0-3 overall record and a 4-0-1 record in conference play. And the Blue Jays coming in with a 5-3-1 overall record and a 3-2-0 record in KCAC action. The veteran versus the newcomer. Jamie Peterson in his 15th season coaching Oklahoma Wesleyan, while Hoffa Marins gets his first crack at the Oklahoma Wesleyan Eagles as head coach. And this should be a fun one, Alvin.
Yes, this is certainly going to be an interesting game, especially taking into account that the Eagles haven't lost any game so far in this season, even though they have played away games. And as part of the soccer team, I can tell that the Blue Jays have improved a lot this season. Hoffa Marins, the Brazilian coach, has brought a lot of great players this season, so we're certainly going to see how this game goes.
Oklahoma Wesleyan coming into tonight's match with 27 goals on the season. And we'll take a quick look at Tabor, their season stats. Blue Jays coming into tonight's match with 24 goals on the season. So on paper, it could be a lot more evenly matched. At least on paper. Blue Jays with a unfortunate loss against York on the road on Wednesday. Oklahoma Wesleyan coming off a win at home against Southwestern. So definitely could be anyone's game. The Eagles have only allowed 7 opponent goals this season. No losses on their tally so far. They've drawn with John Brown, LSU Shreveport, and Ottawa. And that Ottawa result's a big one. It's a lot, casual fans may not understand just how good Ottawa is. They're definitely in the top half of the conference conversation this year. And that draw between, the 2 top teams in the league is huge.
Yes, that's right. I would say Ottawa and Oklahoma Wesleyan are both the strongest teams in the conference. And the Blue Jays last week lost against Ottawa 4-1. So let's see how this game goes. I would say during that game the Blue Jays made a lot of mistakes. So let's just hope they can improve and be better this time.
Cooper Taylor with the ball in the backfield for the Blue Jays. Ball back over to Taylor. Taylor pushing up, trying to get Blue Jays in the Eagles' third of the pitch. Blue Jays on the attack early. Attack stifled by the Oklahoma Wesleyan defense. Foul is awarded, and the Eagles with the free kick.
Yeah, that was number 10, Paul Fernandez, on the foul. Paul Fernandez, who so far has had a really good season, and he's a pivotal piece on the Blue Jays squad. Paul Fernandez with the ball. He's trying to calm down the pace of the game. In case Chad with the long ball to Martin Marinakis. Unfortunately, he couldn't make a good touch.
Oklahoma Wesleyan coming in. They're led by number 9, Julian Tovar. Tovar, the sophomore out of Bogota, Colombia. He's got 6 goals and 1 assist on the season. 24 total shots, 16 shots on goal for a .667 shooting percentage. While Adrian Mejia follows with 4 goals, 1 assist, and 14 shots with 8 shots on goal. And he's shooting at a clip of .571 on the season.
Those are really good numbers.
Take a look here at the Blue Jay leaders. Martin Marinakis moved his way up to the top rung. He leads the squad with 4 goals, no assists, 14 shots, 7 shots on goal, shooting an even .500. While Richard Weekend follows with 3 goals, 2 assists, 6 shots, 5 shots on goal, shooting an incredible .833. Paul Fernandez also with 3 goals on the season for the Blue Jays. But, you know, starting out the season, you had a very even lineup of Blue Jay men scoring. It seemed like for the first few matches it was literally, you know, 3 or 4 different guys each game.
Yeah. Well, as you mentioned, like those 3 guys, Paul, Martin Marinakis, they have really been good players, and I've been playing with them since last year. They're really good players, and they have improved a lot. Martin Marinakis was playing last year, and he didn't have like good stats as this season. And as you said, he scored 4 goals in the last 4 games. That's impressive. He's been playing really good lately.
And we talked about a little bit before we got on air. We're going to have to double check this, but he might have the fastest goal in Tabor College history, scored in the first 12 seconds in last week's match against Bethel.
Yeah, that was the fastest goal I've ever seen here in Tabor history.
And corner kick coming for Biel Campo, midfielder out of Barcelona, Spain. Eagles moving methodically, trying to get back in. The Blue Jays back third.
Oh, that was a nice shot. It was a great run and a good ball. Long ball by Benjamin Baeza.
And talk about somebody who is improved like crazy. Benjamin Baeza has really just shown a lot of heart. And you know, last year he played in 4 games on the reserve side, and very, very limited minutes. Actually took a redshirt season, and this year he emerged as the Blue Jays' top guy between the pipes.
Yes, I would see. Rafa made a good decision there. I would say he saw the potential this guy had, and he wanted him to take a redshirt season. So now he's playing in the varsity team, and he's demonstrated how good he is in the last games with a lot of saves that have been really important for the team.
Well, that's something that I feel like we talk about. On a goal there by Biel Campo for the Eagles. Try to get a replay on that one. Just textbook effort there by Campo. There's a replay. Just watch that pass. Beautiful pass up to Campo. Great footwork. Boom. Excellent goal there by Campo.
Yeah, that was a great through ball, and the defense didn't see it coming, so he could make a touch, and good definition there.
goal by Campo, just talking a little bit about, one of the things that we talk about every week on this broadcast is just the development that Coach Hoffa has done with his squad here. You see a lot of second team guys from a year ago who have made it up to the first team and who are playing significant minutes. And Caden and I we've talked about, you have your starting 11, but you almost have a whole nother starting 11 plus sitting on the bench. So, you're subbing somebody out, you're getting almost the same caliber of player back in.
Yes, that's right. We have a really good amount of players that are on the bench right now that could make a significant impact on the team. Like if they got sub in, they for sure would get something important for the team.
Well, and I think it's it's definitely the deepest Blue Jay men's soccer squad that we've seen in a long time. And that's a testament to Coach Marins and his recruiting efforts, his development efforts. Because a lot of these guys are not new. They've been with the program, they've gotten experience, and that's one of the best ways to grow up a program.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of the players have been here for a while now, and they have been showing a good effort to get better with the team. And also some of the guys that are new, they're transfers, so they already have experience playing soccer here in the U.S. Such as the case of Enrique Buccini, which is on the bench right now, Luciano, Santino Tapia, who are just sophomore players, but they have shown really good effort in the games.
Another goal there by Oklahoma Wesleyan. Just a real nice, tricky play there. It's going to be a goal by Julian Tovar. And Tovar currently leads the Eagles in scoring. That is his 7th goal of the season. Just a sophomore. And I remember watching him play a season ago, and he's every bit as good as he was last season, if not better.
Yeah.
That just speaks to, we talked about the development on the Blue Jays side with, Coach Marins, but Jamie Peterson has been doing this a long, long time at Oklahoma Wesleyan. And he has had a fantastic recipe for success. And, you're seeing that not only with transfers, but with a whole lot of guys that he has developed as freshmen. Foul on the pitch. It's going to be on Wiegand. Richard Wiegand, the graduate out of Gotha, Germany. He's another, we've talked about some cool stories, but he's another one. He did all 4 years of his schooling back home in Germany, and he wanted to come to the U.S. for grad school and continue playing soccer, and that's not something you see all the time.
Yeah, that's right. He's here just doing a master's degree and playing with the soccer program of Tabor College. And he's also a good player. Like, since he got here, he's demonstrated his good commitment with the team, his quality, and he was a really important player when we played against USAO, which historically Tabor College never beat that team. And he scored 1 goal on that game.
Good Clear here by the Blue Jays, getting out of the danger zone for a little bit. That could have spelled trouble, as it was just this close to being another goal.
Oklahoma Wesleyan with the ball. They're being patient and trying to. Oh.
And there he goes, Wiegand. Nice cross. And a goal for the Blue Jays.
What a goal. What a finishing by Paul Fernandez.
Oh my goodness.
That was an amazing finishing by Paul Fernandez. What a goal. That was top beans. I think the goalkeeper couldn't have done it.
And I mean, man, show some love for both of them, because that honestly, that the cross from Wiegand, textbook cross, and leading to a beautiful goal by Paul Fernandez. And that is just, you know, I think that's what's different about you know, Tabor among some of the other squads that have played Oklahoma Wesleyan. You know, you get down 2-0 quick like this, a lot of teams would kind of just deflate. But instead, I think Blue Jays have kind of just stepped it up a notch. And they know what it takes. I think they have what it takes. And I think that this match is going to be a lot closer than everybody else thinks it will be.
Yes, since the beginning they knew it would be a hard game. They already know how this team plays, because we played this team last season and we lost 7-1. So they already know what this team is capable of. So it's a good thing that they are pushing harder and they're battling every ball.
37, Kieran Hammer is going to come in for the Blue Jays. Next break we get. He's another one of those freshmen. He's from Munich, Germany. And he has really blossomed. You know, obviously he wasn't here last year, but even from the start of the season, he went from playing limited time to playing quite a bit, actually. He does have one goal on the season.
Yeah, he's one of those freshman players that you see that have really good quality and are confident when they play.
Well, and you can't really tell very well looking at the pitch right now, but he is a big dude. He's a big dude for a freshman.
Yeah, he's really tall.
A little too close for comfort there for the Oklahoma Wesleyan defense. Just getting it outside the back touch line. Going to set up a goal kick for Stefan Schenk. Schenk, the graduate out of Germany.
Good interception by Liam Morgan, the English right back.
And that's another guy who has just improved a whole lot. Gotten to talk to him quite a bit off the pitch. Not only has he improved as a player, but just improved as a young man. You know, he knows his priorities with school and church, and you know, I think that speaks a lot. Caden and I really try to focus on not just the development of the players, but the development of the young men. That's something we talk about almost every broadcast, that Coach Hoffa has just instilled in the guys, that, you know, you're not just here to play soccer. You're not even just here for school, but you are here to grow up and to be the young man that God made you to be. And I think that's something that obviously we really emphasize here at Tabor. And I think Coach Marins does that really well.
Yes, that's right. Rafa is a really great coach, and more than a coach, as a person, like he's a great man. We've seen this before, not only because how he behaves, but also because the quality of person he is, and he's demonstrated a quality of humanity. Also, along with Liam Morgan, we have other leaders on the team that not only are leaders on the pitch, but also out of the pitch, because they have organized some activities that we can help the community.
Oklahoma Wesleyan trying to make a run here, and we have a full student section in the house. You can hear the drum banging. I think we had the Blue Jay playing the drum down there at some point, but this has developed into a really solid atmosphere. We've got a pretty solid turnout tonight.
Yes, that's right. I've been here with these guys for the last couple games supporting the Blue Jays, and apparently they got permission to borrow the drum from the Blue Jays band, and now they're supporting the team as never. They're doing a great job cheering up the team.
Oh, and it is the perfect environment for not just a college soccer match, but just a soccer match in general. And you've got a lot of international kids from all over, from tennis to men's basketball, football, even golf, and you know, even the Americans get into it very much, and it's just, to me, like, this is my third year here, and I don't remember the last time that our student section was overflowing down there.
Yeah, I think this is the kind of atmosphere you really want to be part of. The last games, they've been getting together in the bleachers, and not only soccer guys, but also basketball guys and guys from other sports, and they're getting together to support the team. Because if you think about it, we're all from the same college, so it makes sense that all guys are getting together to support their teams.
Abentelwa making the charge. Challenge there by Abentelwa. That's going to lead to a foul called. Short free kick there by Oklahoma Wesleyan.
Number 11, Juan Moreno with the long ball. And somehow they managed to keep the ball. Oh, they recovered the ball.
Yeah, Cooper Taylor was dragged out. And that, I mean, if you don't know Cooper Taylor, it takes a whole lot to drag that guy out. You got to be a really strong dude to be able to move that kid around.
That's right. He's a really big guy. You wouldn't want to mess up with him. And coming in for the Blue Jays, number 29, David Montoya from Bucaramanga, Colombia. This sophomore is a really good guy, and he's a good player.
Yeah, and he actually had a goal pretty recently
Yes.
against York. Had 1 goal, 2 shots, shot an even 50% on the night.
Foul by number 21 on number 14, Modelgua Vendelgua.
Yeah, and that's going to be, foul's going to be on number 21, Ryan Masazuka, junior out of Sapporo, Japan.
This could be a good chance for the Blue Jays to score. Martin Marinakis is going to take the free kick. The Blue Jays recover the ball. Benjamin Baeza plays with number 3, Janice Chacon. They're trying to slow down the pace of the game. Good defense there by Cooper Taylor. And Enrique Buccini, who manages to kick the ball away from their box.
Taking a look at the team comparison as it stands now, Oklahoma Wesleyan with 4 total shots, 2 shots on goal, and Tabor with 1 shot and 1 shot on goal. Both squads shooting incredibly efficient tonight. It's been a pretty even match so far.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty even. The Blue Jays have had some chances as well. They just need to capitalize their opportunities. And if you think about it, both teams have a good conversion rate in their shots. Oklahoma Wesleyan with 4 shots on goal and 2 goals, which is 50% of effectivity. And the Blue Jays 1 shot out of 1 goal out of 1 shot. So it's 100% effectivity.
Daniel Davis on the pitch for the Blue Jays for the first time tonight. And that's another kid who has been just incredible to watch his growth. He's been here since I got here to Hillsboro. And just his growth as a player has been incredible to watch.
Yes, he certainly contributed a lot with the team. Not only offensively, but also defensively, because last season he was playing as a left back, and now he's playing as winger.
Another shot there by Tabor. I believe that was by Paul Fernandez. Corner kick coming here for the Blue Jays. That's going to be Martin Marinakis, sophomore out of Santiago, Chile, taking the corner. Wide corner, but they're able to make something happen with it a little bit. It's going to go out off the back touch line. Going out of bounds, and it will set up a goal kick here for Oklahoma Wesleyan. Now on the pitch for Oklahoma Wesleyan is number 23, Matea Bozic. Bozic, the freshman out of Serbia.
So Nate, what do you think about the game so far? It looks like Oklahoma Wesleyan has scored 2 goals, but even though they're winning, the Blue Jays are still putting some work on the game, and they're still trying to tie it up.
Well, I mean, outside of the first couple minutes, I don't think I could honestly say that this is a one-sided match. It's been very even so far, and there's a little bit where each team has solid possession of the ball, but the next moment the other team goes on a break. So there's no, there hasn't really been a dominant team offensively, except for the first few minutes for Oklahoma Wesleyan.
Yeah, I agree with that. Even though the Eagles are having more possession of the ball, the Blue Jays are doing their best to keep on the game, and they're gaining confidence offensively.
Yeah, and this is a really solid seasoned Oklahoma Wesleyan team. Got to watch them actually be on the PA at the final site in Wichita and watch them play, and they are incredible. But watching this Blue Jay side, they almost match them with some of the talent they have. I think this Blue Jay squad has been one of the best kept secrets in the conference so far.
Yes, that's right. They started really good this season. Unfortunately, they lost the last 2 games, but they've had really good stats, and they've demonstrated they really want to be part of the first teams on the conference.
Well, just 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago, but the Blue Jays swept Offensive and Defensive Players of the Week in the conference with Martin Marinakis and Cooper Taylor.
That's right. Martin Marinakis, as we mentioned earlier, he scored 4 goals in 4 games. And Cooper Taylor, who has always been a really good piece of the team, doing his best.
Yeah, Caden and I were talking, I think, last broadcast. It's going to be weird next year without having a Taylor on the team. You need to find like a cousin or a younger brother or something. Because it feels like it's been at least Cade or Cooper Taylor for forever. So it's going to be weird not having one of them on the side next year.
Yeah, he's gonna graduate this season. So this is his last season here for the Blue Jays.
The Eagles just had a big threat check in. And that's number 18, Carter Leegee. He's a sophomore striker out of Rogers, Arkansas. And Leegee is actually up there in the top 3 in goal scoring. He's tied with Adrian Mejia for 4 goals on the season. He's got 8 shots, 7 shots on goal, shooting a wicked .875 on the season.
Good tackle by number 14, Alejandro Aleman.
shout out to the Eagles Sports Information Director, Taylor Stefik, for helping us out with some of these names. She always does a great job, and it seems like Coach Peterson is just trying to make her job harder with some of these guys he recruits. Eagles making their way onto the Blue Jays' third of the pitch here.
What a shot. That was close.
Beautiful shot.
The number 23, Matej Habasic.
Yeah, just a freshman, but he is a solid winger for the Eagles.
Number 16 with the cross.
Good save there by Benha. Little misdirection. We'll get it out here to Bacchini.
Pedro Bacchini loses the ball. And number 23, Matej Habasic, trying to do something, but the defense gets the ball.
It's good to see Dan Davis get up on his feet.
And now for the Blue Jays, number 47, Santino Tapia, the Panamanian sophomore, who has had a really good season so far. And he's only 18 years old, but he's demonstrated a good grip.
Yeah, he is. He's a really solid player.
You know, 2 games ago against Ottawa, our midfielder Pedro Bacchini had got a red card, so he couldn't play, and Santino played instead, and he did a great job defensively and offensively. Jumping in for the Blue Jays, Luciano Liberon as well.
Yeah, and he's another one who can just flat out play.
Yeah, and he's demonstrated a lot of good development in the team. He was playing last year, he was playing in the JV, and now he's doing a good job in the varsity.
On the, you know, we've talked about before just the importance of development for Coach Marins and his squad. And, you know, you see a lot of these guys who had a lot of time on the reserve side a season ago who have made their way up. They've demonstrated that they have the ability. And what a save there by Benjamin Baeza. Can we get a replay on that? That was a solid save.
Great tackle by Santino Tapia.
And shout out to our production team in the studio. Directed by Taryn Lawler, but it's Brett Buckingham, Creighton Kukula, and I think Hunter Dudley. And they are doing a fantastic job up in the studio for us tonight.
Good interception by Liam Morgan. And the Blue Jays trying to make their way to the other half. Good ball for Liam Morgan, who makes a cross, but nobody's in the box. Cooper Taylor winning the ball in the air, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Oklahoma Wesleyan Eagles. Number 16, Carson Papp, the senior out of Merrimack.
Yeah, bringing a kid in all the way from New Hampshire. That's got to be a little culture shock going from upper northeast part of the country to Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Throw in by the Blue Jays. Straight over to Mole.
Luciano Liverona with the ball. Good fake shot, and he plays with Andre, who gets kicked, and they should be fouled, but the referee didn't call it. And now Molego with the ball. He's trying to make something. The Blue Jays gaining confidence, and David Montoya with the ball.
Back to Mole. Good footwork there by Mole, a little trickery going on.
And they're trying to swing the ball with Luciano, who makes a good cross. But the defense gets the ball in the air. Good press right there, and it's going to be ball for the Blue Jays.
This Blue Jay side is going to make Oklahoma Wesleyan work tonight.
That's right, especially with the drum down there. They're going to feel the pressure.
Well, and I don't think, we'll take a look back at their schedule again, but they have not had a match like this since Ottawa 2 weeks ago.
Good defense right there by Curran. It's going to be a corner for the Eagles.
Yeah, and that's going to be number 15, João Vitor Gomes, senior center back out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Here comes the kick from Gomes.
That's a close ball. Nobody gets it away, and number 23, Matiha Bosic, shoots the ball too high.
Throw in coming here for Carson Papp. Papp finds a teammate. Blue Jays are going to do everything they can to keep this away.
Long ball for number 16 for Pap. He makes a cross. That was close.
It was close. It was a little too close for comfort there. I think Benha was ready, though,
Yeah.
just in case he needed to be.
I don't know if it was a shot or a cross, but it was close.
I think it was a cross turned into a shot, maybe. But I think he was, I think you're right. I think he was going for the cross there.
Good defense by David Montoya. And Vosic with the ball again, making a good cross. And Liam Morgan saves it. He headers the ball to the corner.
So far, it's been a pretty blustery day out here in Hillsboro. Just see the corner flags flapping around. Earlier this afternoon, before the start of the women's match, corner flags were having trouble staying up because the wind was so strong. We saw at the start of this match and in the women's match, a lot of balls that were intended to be long balls just did not go quite nearly where they were intended to go just because of how strong this wind is.
Yeah, not only on the women's game, but also in the football game earlier, you could see how when they would make a throw, the ball would slow down. Great ball for Modelgua Medelgua in the right corner. With 1 minute remaining for the Blue Jays to get something before the halftime. Good cross by Santino. Oh, and the goalkeeper saved the ball.
They had the right idea on that one. That was a beautiful cross by Tapia. And Stefan Shank.
That's a foul, but that's a foul on their side too. I agree with that call.
Got knocked around pretty good there. Certainly hope he's okay.
Yeah, number 1, Marko Rodic. When he saved the ball, he got kicked by one of the Blue Jays strikers. Sorry, that was number 13, Stefan Shank.
And you can imagine this match might get a little bit chippy.
Good defense by Cooper Taylor.
Coming up to the last 10 seconds of the first half of play. And it has certainly been an entertaining match so far. So we'll go into the halftime. Oklahoma Wesleyan with a narrow 2-1 lead. And Albin, besides the 2 goals, it has been very even so far.
Yeah, that's right. The first couple minutes were dominated by the Eagles, but then after that they scored 2 goals. It looks like something inside the Blue Jays lines make them wake up and they started attacking more. That's why they scored the first goal and they're trying to get the second goal. That was a really interesting first half. Let's see what they have for the second half.
Yeah, and so we will we'll head to the break. We hope you take a quick break as well, warm up some dinner, get some ice cream, do whatever you need. But just make sure you're back here in about 14 minutes because, boy, do we have a thriller going on.
feet. Trying to do.
Blue Jays with the kickoff.
Ooh, what a play by Enrique Buccini, but he loses the ball.
A lot of action over on the far touchline. Made in the back. It's going to be a free kick for the Blue Jays.
Good touch by the ball, and unfortunately it goes a little bit long, and he couldn't take it.
Yeah, I think Liam had the right idea there. Anticipating the pass. Just a little too deep for him.
And that's a long ball by Turing. And number 3, Luis Vergara got the ball. They're trying to restart, to reset the play and have possession of the ball.
Yeah, short kick out by Shank. Led to a bit of an Oakwood break. Ball kicked out of bounds by the Blue Jays. Here comes a throw-in for number 17, Tyler Guerrero.
Paul with the ball, and a good pass for Enrique Buccini, but unfortunately he's offside.
And the throw-in was straight to Paul Fernandez. I think had Buccini not been offside, it would have been a solid break for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, that could have been the play that would give the Blue Jays a tie.
The Eagles working back up into the Blue Jays' third of the pitch.
Lawler recovers the ball and plays with Enrique. With Pedro and Buccini, sorry. Great ball. And that's a goal by number 8, Biel Campo again.
Yeah, that's Campo's second goal of the night. If you remember back to the first half, Campo scored the first goal of the match. So watch that replay. Look at that cross. Beautiful goal there by Campo. Just a hard one for a defense to stop. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, it was a really tight ball against the post, and Benham couldn't do anything about it. That's a really high press by the Eagles. Martin Marinaki loses the ball and then recovers. They're trying to get the ball away.
Good save there by Benha. Shot there by Guerrero. Guerrero, the product of Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Head official talking to Benha. He's going to throw it out to the far side.
Richard Wiggin with the ball, trying to play forward and gives a good pass, but he couldn't get it. And now the Eagles back with the possession of the ball, trying to have patience. Good sequence of passes.
Great job deflecting the ball off of the Oklahoma Wesleyan striker. Gonna lead to a Blue Jay throw here. Liam Morgan with the throw.
Good save by Benjamin Baeza. That was a good shot and a good reaction from the Chilean goalkeeper. Let's see the replay. Number 9 got a good shot right there.
Yeah, that's a great shot there by Julian Tovar. Tovar already with 1 goal in the match so far. He is Oklahoma Wesleyan's leading goal scorer. And Matea Bozic will take the corner for the Eagles.
Back to the goal! Back to the goal, Juan!
Number 23 with a long ball to the second post. And number 3 with the header shot.
Yeah, that was Luis Vergara on the header shot. It was a good thought out plan, just not able to finish on it.
I think the Blue Jays here are trying to. They're having good ideas, and they have really good players, but they're struggling a little bit to capitalize their ideas.
Juan Moreno with the shot, just right of the goal.
Long ball for Liam Morgan. He gets a good touch, and apparently they're calling for a handball, but nobody. Oh, that's a long ball.
And the Blue Jay bench is furious.
They're complaining because it was supposed to be a handball, and we can see in the replay.
Benha pleading with the official. It started out as a pretty even match. Now all of a sudden a little bit lopsided, 4-1 in favor of Oklahoma Wesleyan.
Yes, I think this result doesn't reflect the performance of both teams.
Yeah, Tyler Guerrero with the goal.
Good recover by Hickey Wichley.
Ball back to Mole. Mole back to Morgan.
Good ball. Morel going to get a foul in the middle.
Good take there by Mole. Playing through contact. Free kick for the Blue Jays. Gonna be a short one. Foul on Malewa Abendoa. Correction, that's going to be on Paul Fernandez. Free kick taken by the Eagles. Action over on the far touchline. Blue Jays trying to make a run.
It looks like number 32 and Enrique Buccini got hit on the face by the defender.
And I believe the referee whistled advantage.
The players are taking advantage of this break to breathe in a little bit because they've been under pressure for the last minutes.
And a yellow card will be shown to Enrique Buccini. Coach Marins is questioning why. He's the one that got hit.
And we might not see from here, but he might be bleeding on his mouth.
Yeah, I thought that should have been a Tabor free kick.
Yeah, the ref probably thought he was acting to get a foul or something.
I mean, that's... Take a look at the close-up. That's not acting.
Now again, the Blue Jays, number 13, Abe Pearson.
Abe Friesen checks in for the Blue Jays. Senior out of Lewistown, Montana.
That's a pretty place to be. I went there to visit it, and it's a nice place. Beautiful mountains, great weather, a lot of snow.
Yeah, I've always heard great things about Montana.
We were really close to Yellowstone National Park. That was amazing.
I about to mention I got back into the show Yellowstone. That's what Montana made me think of, but no, that's one of the places on my bucket list to go.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it.
Benha gets it out to Mole. Mole sends it up to Marinakis.
Marinakis to Liam. Liam plays to the middle, but he loses the ball. And number 14 recovers. He plays to number 3, Luis Vergara. And that's a long ball for number 15. And it's a throw-in for the Blue Jays. That's a foul on the Eagles. And Morello plays with Pedro Buccini. He tries to get a ball for A. Friesen, but he couldn't make it. The defense was really well.
It's going to be a foul called on Paul Fernandez. Mentioned late in the first half that this game would likely get chippy, and starting to see that.
Yeah, we can see a little bit of frustration from the side of the Blue Jays. And they're complaining a little bit about the ref decisions.
Still a whole lot of footy left.
That's a long throw in, and the defense gets the ball. And they get a shoot, and that's another goal.
It's another goal, and looks like that's going to be Bill Campo again. If so, that's a hat trick for the young man from Barcelona, Spain.
That's right. It was the Spanish midfielder. He got the rebound and got a good shot.
A beautiful shot off the header.
Nothing Benja could do.
And that's hard. As a defense, that's hard to defend against. 5-1 the score in favor of Oklahoma Wesleyan. Played out to Marinakis, loses it. And Oklahoma Wesleyan on a tear again. Campo with the ball, tries to cross it. And a long cross is scored by
Julian Tobar.
Bill Campo's partner in crime. And man, Tovar and Campo have been on a tear tonight. And that is Tovar's second of the match. David Montoya checks in for Tabor. Montoya, the sophomore out of Bucaramanga, Colombia. I said that right, Alvin?
Yeah, Bucaramanga, Colombia. That's right.
I've had the practice, and
that was perfect.
I don't know how practice has been going, but with baseball and soccer, there's a lot you got to work on.
That's a good ball.
Never been to Bucaramanga, but I have been to Cartagena.
Really beautiful place too.
It is, yeah. It's a beautiful place. It's hot,
Yeah,
but
pretty
hot
nice.
but beautiful.
Pretty nice weather to go to the beach and chill out. Another shot by number 8, and that's another goal by Bill Campo, the Spanish midfielder, and that's going to be his 4th goal of the night.
Yeah, Campo is on a tear.
It's crazy how it's only been 15 minutes of the second half and they scored 5 goals already. I don't know what happened to the Blue Jays, but they definitely
Now in the game for the Blue Jays,
got
number 47, Santino.
a little bit affected.
And number 17, Luciano Lariona.
Luciano back in, as well as Santino. Santino, another one of those sophomores. Actually got to meet his dad last year. He moved in. They're a great family, and I know Santino really enjoys his time here, and obviously he's made the most of it so far.
Yeah. Santino with the ball. And the Blue Jays trying to build something here. But they lose the ball, and it's going to be a throw in for the Eagles. And if the score remains like this, it's going to be the same result as last season when the Tabor Blue Jays played against Oklahoma Wesleyan Eagles, 7-1. But we hope we can score some more goals.
Yeah, I mean, if we can get the same fire that we had, late in the first half, even, or most of the first half, for that fact, but it is going to be a foul there on Oklahoma Wesleyan. Be called on Bill Campo.
Waller with the ball, and David Montoya makes a run. But it looks like he got upset and he made a foul. They're struggling with the transition when they have the ball. He didn't have any option other than run by himself. Switch for number 17, Tyler Guerrero. He plays with the midfield, and they're swinging the ball to the other side. Good pressure by Jimmy Chacon, and the Eagles have no choice but to play back.
Yeah, the Blue Jays starting to show some of that pressure that they had there in the first half.
Yeah, that's what they need to do. Because when they do so, the Eagles have no option but to play long balls.
Just over 27 minutes left in this match here. Whole lot of time left. As we know so far in this half, a lot can happen in 15 minutes or less.
That's right. I'm not sure if the Blue Jays are gonna be able to tie the game up, but they can still do something, score some goals.
Faithful is still going strong here. Even down 7-1, there is still a lot of heart in this Blue Jay crowd.
Hey, Friesen with the ball. Recovers the ball. He's trying to do something.
Montoya had the right idea there. Ball back to Stammers.
Oh, good ball.
Blue Jays trying for something big here. And I think that was the fight that we were missing from earlier in the half. Ball back to Benha. So David Pareja Alcaina, one of the substitutions coming on for the Eagles.
Santino with the ball, and he couldn't overcome the press. They lost the ball, and now they're recovering. Hey, Friesen with the ball. He's running towards the other goal by himself and makes a good pass for Enrique.
Ball is just going to barely cross the touchline, but it is going to be all the way over. It's going to be out of bounds, and it will be a throw coming for the Eagles. Substitutions now on the pitch for Oklahoma Wesleyan.
Now in the game for the Eagles, number 2, David Alpena. And number 4, Santiago Gomez.
Santiago Gomez is our second sub here for the Eagles. He's wearing the number 4 kit.
Good ball. He's going to take a shot, and he goes to the middle, and the defense blocks it. And Benjamin gets the ball in his hands.
Good defensive effort there for the Blue Jays.
Friesen holds the ball, and he gives the ball to David Montoya, who plays with Santino.
Scores across the conference. Southwestern takes one away from Bethel, 1-0. It's on the road in North Newton. Sterling's going to get a good win over Avila at home, 3-2.
Good ball for David Montoya, and the referee calls a foul.
Ottawa picking up a 7-0 decision at McPherson. And York keeps steamrolling their way through the conference. I think they are going to be the dark horse this year, Albin. 4-2 victory over Friends at home. And if you know anything about York, that is a tough place to play.
That's right. They beat the Blue Jays 5-2 this week, and it looks like for some reason their field is a tough place to play.
Well, I don't know if you'll believe this, Albin, but my dad played against York back in the 90s. Same pitch. He telling stories that he played at Concordia up in Nebraska. And they had some battles back in the day, but even back then it was a tough place to play.
Yeah, that's right. Some of the players on the team have told me the grass was really, really, really high. So it was like heavy because they were trying to run, and it was hard for them to run.
Sounds a lot like Sterling's football field.
Yeah, that's a hard place to play too.
Eagles back on the attack here. Looking back at the KCAC scoreboard, Kansas Wesleyan picking up a good home decision, 4-2 over St. Mary.
Now for the Blue Jays, number 5, Daniel Davis.
And Evangel, talking about another lopsided score in the conference. Evangel up 8-1 in Lindsborg at Bethany. 17:35 left to go in the second half.
8 goals is a lot. Well, we're seeing 8 goals in this game too, so it's not that hard to believe. But we need to think that it's just one of the teams leverage all the opportunities in this score that we think.
So Oklahoma Wesleyan currently second in the KCAC behind Ottawa. And York is right behind in third. So the top 6 shake out in the conference right now. Ottawa leads, then Oakville, then York, then Kansas Wesleyan, then Southwestern, and then Tabor. Rounding out the top 8 right now are the University of St. Mary and McPherson. So it's a solid top 8 there.
Now for the Eagles, number 6.
You know, these numbers are not hard to believe, but at the same time, if you think about it, Friends University has a good team, and last year they were one of the first teams on the table in the scores.
Yeah, they had a solid side a season ago, and now they're sitting 2 teams outside the top 8, 1 3-1 in league play, and 1 8-1 overall. Sterling picking up their first win of conference play.
That's called foul on the Blue Jays, number 9, Felipe Rodriguez.
And Felipe is another one. He's only a sophomore, but he has potential and has been a starting 11 guy. He's a good Swiss Army knife for any side, and he's done a solid job here for Tabor. So far, only a year and a half played so far.
Yeah, he's a really good player, and he scored the goal when we played Oku last year, but we lost 7-1. He was the player who scored the goal for us. So we can see he's got a lot of potential, and he can do a lot for the team. Now it's gonna be a corner kick for the Eagles.
There's going to be a whole cluster of Eagles and Blue Jays in the goal box.
I don't know what happened there, but it looks like there was a booking. So players are winning the box.
Yellow card was shown to Oklahoma Wesleyan's number 25. Mihailo Katanic. He's a freshman winger out of Belgrade, Serbia.
Good defense there.
Ball played out of the far touchline. Is going to be off Tabor.
And Paul Fernandez, number 10, for the Blue Jays is jumping back in. For number 14, Molelwa Abendelgua.
Oklahoma Wesleyan with some wholesale subs here. Good fresh legs in. Here comes the throw in from David Pareja Alcaña. End up being a goal kick here for Benjamin Baeza. Short goal kick.
Now in the game for the Blue Jays, number 10, Paul Fernandez.
Ball played back to Benha to reset. Foul called there on Luciano Liberona. .40 left to play here in the match.
Yeah, only with a few minutes left for the Blue Jays. They're trying to make some more press. Paul Fernandez with the ball.
Yeah, Blue Jays making the push here. Ball back to Santino Tapia.
And he gets pulled by his shirt, and that's a foul for the Blue Jays.
Good free kick opportunity here. Hey, and shout out to the Blue Jays reserve side getting a big win over Allen Community College last evening. 4-1 decision, and you were a very big part of that.
Yeah, I played yesterday, and it was a really good game. It started as a tough game. They started winning. They scored of the first goal on us. But fortunately, we could make it up and score 5 goals after that, which was a really good improvement.
So 5-1.
Yeah, it was 5-1. And it was a huge difference from last time we played them, because when they first came here and we played here on the Joel Wings Stadium, they beat us 4-0. So that was a good revenge, I'd say.
Always a good time beating a junior college as a reserve side.
Curiel fighting with the ball, and he makes it. Felipe with the ball, he tries to make a pass backwards, but he loses it, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Eagles. Good ball by Charlie Stammers, playing with Cooper, trying to release the pressure. Number 23 with the ball, trying to get wide, and that's a good chance for the Eagles. He got a cross for the second post, but nobody gets it. And the Blue Jays defense gets the ball. David Montoya. That's a foul call on the Oklahoma Wesleyan Eagles. So after this game, the Blue Jays are going to have 3 games in a row losing. I would say this is probably going to affect them mentally, but they need to stay locked in and thrive to keep winning the other games they have ahead, so they can still compete in the conference for a good spot. Ten minutes left to play in the game, and it looks like the result is gonna remain like this.
Now in the game for the Blue Jays, number 16, Carson Kratz.
Carson Kratz checking in for the Blue Jays. Kratz, the senior out of Hattiesburg, Mississippi. He's been a great leader for the Blue Jays squad in his time here. And he's earned some well-deserved playing time.
And that's a foul call on the Eagles.
Fouls on number 12, Pedro Casado, graduate out of Montreal, Grenada.
Paul Fernandez is going to take the free kick. And if you don't know it, the Blue Jays scored a similar goal against Ottawa from this position. The captain, Cooper Taylor, got a header. So let's see what happens on this play. Could be a good opportunity for them to score. Defense rejects the ball, and Paul Fernandez recovers. He's trying to play wide to the other side of the field. Good ball for Felipe, and he shoots the ball. The goalkeeper saves it.
Yeah, good save there by Stefan Shank. Blue Jays trying to make a run again. There's going to be a foul call.
Yeah, that was a handball by number 37, Curin. The German center back for Munich.
Subs coming on. First for the Blue Jays is number 12, Kason Chad. Junior out of Owasso, Oklahoma.
In the game for the Eagles, number 27,
That's a foul on the Eagles. Trying to get the ball away from Paul Fernandez.
Entrega mais Lucas!
Just over 5 minutes left to go here in the match. Oklahoma Wesleyan up 7-1.
That's a handball by number 25. Michiel Katanic, the winger from Serbia, Belgrade. And another foul by number 25 again, Katanic.
Oklahoma Wesleyan, a lot of international flavor, same as the Blue Jays, but they get quite a bit from South America, but also quite a bit from Serbia. It seems like year in and year out, that is a favorite of Jamie Peterson.
Serbia and also Russia. They had a lot of players from Russia last year.
Blue Jays with a heavy presence out of South America and also Europe too, quite a bit.
Yeah, we have a lot of British guys in the team. And from South America as well.
Speaking of Brits, the Charlie Stammers pass out to Case and Chad. Or excuse me, Daniel Davis. A little British connection there. Just whiffed that kick a little bit. Still going to be an Eagle throw. Long throw in there, beautiful throw. Eagles are going to try to play it down the pitch here. No foul called. Stammers plays it back to Chad.
Good tackle by number 3, Denis Chacon. And they recover the ball and try to play forward. With Felipe Rodriguez who drives forward. And a strong tackle by Santino Tapia.
Just under 2 minutes left to play here.
I tried to slow down.
Great pass by Paul Fernandez. Felipe Rodriguez holding the ball. He couldn't complete the pass. And now we have 1 minute remaining of the game.
1 minute. 1 minute remaining.
Ball played back to Stephen Shank. Eagles trying to play it back up the pitch. Make the most of this. Just over 30 seconds remaining. Ball played out of bounds.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that'll be the end of it. Oklahoma Wesleyan takes a win, 7-1.
The final score, Eagles 7, Blue Jays 1.
And just a final team comparison here. Oklahoma Wesleyan with 19 total shots, 11 shots on goal. Blue Jays with 5 shots, 3 shots on goal. Benjamin Baeza with 4 saves on the evening. Stefan Shank with 2.
I was going to tell you something different. She said that we won. What did she say?
30 total fouls in the match. And for most of the match, it was a tight one.
Yeah, well, let's just wait for the Blue Jays to recover their energy and just wait for them to lock in and improve and keep working so they can get a better result for the next time.
Yeah, got a big match coming up on October 8th. This coming Wednesday as Kansas Wesleyan comes to town. That'll be another tough test, but not something that the Blue Jays can't handle. I think that will be a good one. It'll be a good test, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. This is going to be another tough game, as all the games, because all the conference teams are really, really good. So it's just going to be another proof for the Blue Jays to demonstrate what they're made of.
Well, for Alvin Gonzalez, I'm Nate Howard, and we certainly enjoyed spending the evening with you. We certainly hope you enjoyed watching. We will see you next time on Wednesday. But for now, thank you for watching, and God bless.